Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Just wanted to take a minute and share some good luck with you on this holiday celebration. Again, welcome to the Catalano Family Farm. Thank you for liking and subscribing. If you haven't done so, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for more videos. I was going to do a whole bunch of stuff today, like hang new lighting, and I got these solar lights for outside, but it just started to storm, so I got to run back in. But something I wanted to show you guys is here's my Rhode Island Reds. This is like the inside pen. You've seen it if you've seen some other videos. And I actually have an outdoor complex attached to this with a door I put in. So they're cage free, but they also have 24-hour access to the outdoors. And it's all secured in. It's working out really nice. Here are their homemade trays. Look, we got an egg, probably from the chicken I said earlier. And then I've built these nesting boxes as well out of an old cabinet. Part of running a farm is being creative and just learning how to build stuff yourself. All of this is recycled materials. Like the roofing was already here when I moved in. And I just kind of bought a few things, but closed everything off. Which is with just a few materials I bought, and everything else is recycled with wood that was on the property. Low budget, low maintenance is the key to start a little local homestead farm, especially if you want to learn how to make money. I do sell some eggs, $5 a dozen. I could charge more because they're fertilized, but I choose to sell them as eating eggs because the price of eggs right now is just outrageous. Now I'm going to take you inside and show you exactly how you can make the money back so they can pay for themselves. And that's the key. At least getting the chickens to earn their keep. As you can see, they love to follow me outside. And they're still kept out of the elements. Now I'll take you to my next zone. All right, everyone. So this is where your money maker is going to be. Incubators. This bad boy I purchased for $89. I found it on Amazon or something, or maybe even Temu. I don't know. I got a good deal on it. Honestly, it's probably Chinese. It's cheaply made. Half the parts came broken, but it was just good enough to set up. It's great. It's a great price to start. It can incubate up to 112 eggs. We have it set up for 96. And then I also got this one that was gifted to me last year. It can fit up to probably about 20 or 30. Worked pretty good last year. Another great starter set. Looks like a Reptivator, which I don't know the cost of those, but I'll tell you what, we had a lot of success last year when we first started. So as you can see, we have well over 100 eggs in the incubator. And over here we have our selling eggs with that. We do that $5 a dozen for. My goal is to sell each chick for about $5, and there is a limit, so I would like to you got to follow the New York State laws. You can't sell any less than 6. And that's a New York State thing. I'm not sure about other states, and just something to keep in mind when you are buying chicks, because the homestead chicken thing seems to be growing at a crazy rate right now. But you got to look at your local township. Lots of cities and towns don't allow chickens, and those that do don't allow roosters. So you want to definitely check with your Department of Agriculture for some of the rules, because the worst thing that can happen is you fall in love and then they get taken away. I'm trying to think, anything else I can think of. Oh, make sure you have the space. These eggs are small, but I'll tell you what, when you start getting a dozen a day, 2 dozen a day, first of all, the eggs take up space, and you don't want to wash them because they have a bloom on them, and that protects them. The minute you wash them, you got to stick them in the fridge. But as long as the bloom is on there, they're protected and they'll stay good 60, 90, maybe even 120 extra days, give or take, without the refrigeration. If they're cold and you pull them out of the fridge, they can grow bacteria. So that's why it's important to keep them out and never refrigerated, unless you have the refrigeration room. Other than that, the other goal you're going to want is and I don't know if it's every state, but there's a thing called NPIP where you have a vet come out, they check your birds and make sure they're not sick. And it's voluntary but strongly suggested that you get this NPIP certification. There's a lot of YouTube videos on it, but what it is it just tells everyone that your birds are healthy. It's, a lot of homesteaders don't have it at first, but it's important that you follow the rules and regulations, and that's something that I want to put out there. It should be a goal of yours. Okay, well, you do the math. If you get a few of these incubators and you're getting it to a point where they're hatching every week, because they hatch every 21 days, keep a calendar, write the date on the eggs. Like we do, we write the hatching date, and we determine what type of chicken they're going to be with an initial, and we keep track of it. And then I know that 100% success rate is probably not going to happen, but we still keep a track of every egg. And typically you want to expect anything between 60 and 75 being really good. At that hatching rate, you can have an idea of how many chicks you're going to have. But you're also going to need a brooding box, which I'll show you on another day when the chicks are in there. But for now, keep a calendar, label your eggs, have your incubator set at anywhere between 98 and 100 degrees. You want some humidity in there. Ours is at 69%. It really should be around between 50 and 65. Luckily, this one holds water, so we don't have to monitor it because it has its own humidity thing, like this one does not. I think I've taken you through everything right now. But like I said, do the math. If you sell your chicks for $5 a piece, 5 times 10 is 50, and go from there. You can make enough to pay for a chicken feed. I will have more videos as I learn more, but keep liking, subscribing, and following our page. Appreciate you guys.